Greetings, humans. I come in peace and with podcasts. Welcome to Pod Nation Media, home of the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Monster Island Film Vault, Cthulhu Jack Presents, and Films and Fermentation. All streaming exclusively on Roku. Business, monsters, whiskey, cinema, chaos. Your ears deserve better. Join Pod Nation Media before we probe your algorithm.
Fermentation, movies and inebriation. It's a neon-soaked vibration, a liquid kind of liberation. Pop the lid and start the show. We've got nowhere else to go. Turn the speakers up to 10, then we start it all again. Films and fermentation, movies and
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Films and Fermentation. Tonight is episode 240. If you listened to our episode last week, or if you haven't, I would suggest you go back and listen to it because tonight is sort of a continuation. Last week, we talked about films we wish we could see again for the first time. Tonight, we took some of those films we wish we could see again for the first time and recasted them for a modern audience. So we're calling tonight the Recasting Special. One movie, one recast, unlimited bad decisions. We've already broken that rule because Mike and I have two movies.
No, I have one movie.
One movie, two casts. I have two movies, two casts.
Kevin I have one movie, one cast.
Kevin's the only one who follows the rules when we set them. Again, this is Films and Fermentation, the Movie and Alcohol Podcast, #1 beer podcast on Good Pods, and the #1 alcohol podcast on Good Pods. And we are still the #1 TV and film review podcast in Madagascar, and #6 overall TV and film Madagascar. And I said I was saving it for this segment because I wanted to tell you guys this because I thought it was so funny. I'm looking at that top 10 list, right? And there we are at like #6 or 7, whatever it is. There's a couple of the other movie podcasts that I mentioned last week. And then I'm looking to see like what other podcasts are on this like list. And this is like the overall list, not just the TV and film. This is like the overall podcast list. And I noticed a lot of like teaching you to speak English podcasts. And I'm wondering if these people in Madagascar are like listening to these movie podcasts because they're all in English and they're using it to learn English. And I'm like, if they're listening to our podcast to learn English, that is going to be some messed up English that they're speaking.
They're going to enjoy water.
We got
water.
We got Philly, we got South Philly, we got Southern.
And we got Southern. We got a guy who taught English his entire life but barely speaks correct grammar. You got Mike who throws random French accents on words that aren't French.
French, they told you the accent.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Mike.
We're three friends like talk shit. So I'm thinking this. People are learning English, learning how to say we're three friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit faced. This week on Films and Fermentation, we're taking some of our favorite movies of all time and committing the ultimate act of cinematic chaos, recasting them with modern actors. Each of us secretly picked one, or in my case, two, legendary films we wish we could experience again for the first time, then rebuilt the cast from scratch like Hollywood executives with too much confidence and a dangerous amount of caffeine. Will our choices be inspired masterpieces, or the kind of decisions that make the internet start a petition? Expect surprise reveals, terrible casting arguments, and at least one moment where someone says, wait, You cast who as Indiana Jones?
Exactly.
So grab a drink. Oh wait, I learned something the other day that aside from Tom Selleck being one of the choices for Indiana Jones before Harrison Ford got it, they also considered Tim Matheson, who was the star of Animal House. And I was like, I'd never heard that one before. That's a weird one. Anyway, grab a drink and join us for an episode filled with nostalgia, movie debates, and enough fan casting to make Reddit spontaneously combust.
We can only.
I love this off Reddit. Remind me to read you the latest Leo runs from cryptid comment back and forth that I've had recently.
Oh,
I'm sure it's positive and enlightening.
It was inspired. Don't forget to drop us an email, filmsandfermentation@gmail.com, or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media podcast links. Watch us on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku, on YouTube, or on Rumble. We are an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported, so please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members only content. I recently posted some new videos. I haven't done that in a while, but I had some time to create a few extra ones, so I put some up recently. I actually did one of us as hobbits going on a grand adventure. You can also buy our merchandise at teespring.com or text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight? Gentlemen. So Kev, you went first last week, so let's get Mike to go first this week.
All right, so I'm heading back to my blind barrels again. I'm still on 17, which I'm on sample C is Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye Barrel Strength from Hard Truth Distilling Company in Nashville, Indiana. 120.2 proof. 5-year-old blend of 4 to 6 years. 94% rye, 6% malt with a mahogany color and appearance.
Nice. I got an email from somebody the other day saying that they really liked blind barrels and how much the work we did with them, and they would like to interview us about it. And I emailed them back. You want to talk to Bobby DeMars? He's the one who's actually in charge of blind barrels. We were just the guys that interviewed him.
Yeah.
you got your wires crossed there a little bit. Kev, what are you drinking?
I was trying to theme, but I had too much on my plate today. So I have my summer variety pack.
Nice.
And I have Sam Summers. You guys know I enjoy the Sam seasonals, even the Sam, regular, but originals, I should say. But I have the blueberry lager.
Blueberry?
Sam Adams blueberry lager, which is let's see, that is 5.5% alcohol by volume. Guys, if you hadn't noticed, it's a lager with blueberry juice from
Mike's not a blueberry guy.
Like that one. And
I like
the
the
other
blueberry one.
Is the Summer Ale.
Summer Ale, baby.
Which is a citrus sweet beer, and it is 5.3% alcohol by volume. It is written in gold against yellow, so my eyes are failing. But it's a wheat ale brewed with lime, orange, and lemon peels. Grains of paradise and lemon puree added. So that's what you got for me tonight.
Didn't they used to call the blueberry one Blueberry Hill or something like that? I think that was it used to be called Blueberry Hill. Now it's just like blueberry beer or something.
Oh,
it could just be a 250th anniversary. Let's change it up for the kind of thing.
I like the blueberry one though. I don't mind it. I love the summer ale. I have to go out and get me some summer ale now that it's out.
And the Port Rockers are good too.
And the Port Rockers very good as well. I decided to go a little hard tonight because I had a rough day, as I was telling you guys in the pre-show, having to moderate.
Really, you're half asleep now. You're going to take a sip of whatever you got and fall asleep.
Oh, dude, I'm hurting. I'm tired. I had to moderate a number of kids tug-of-warring today at our school's field day event. And I haven't had this in a while, and I was like, you know what? Tonight's a good night to break it out. So I'm drinking some Bombay Sapphire Gin. London Dry Gin, 47% alcohol by volume. I mixed it with a little bit of Sprite, and I am chasing it with a prescription strength muscle relaxer, so I should be fairly good tonight.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be done before we even get through this week's film history.
Yeah. You guys can take it over from now. We've done enough of these shows. All right, let's play a song real quick.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
1942, Yankee Doodle Dandy film based on the life of George M. Cohan, directed by Michael Kurtz and starring James Cagney and Joan Leslie, premieres in New York City. Academy Award Best Picture, 1943.
Also, Best Actor, James Cagney.
Because he's
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle do or die. I remember we talked about this one a little bit last week. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead. 1969, Midnight Cowboy, directed by John Slinginger and starring John Voight and Dustin Hoffman, is released. Academy Award Best Picture, 1970.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah, I think they were the last weeks were all the Canes.
The Cannes Film Festival ones. Yeah, well, that just premiered this week, and I still haven't looked at the list of movies that they had at the Cannes yet.
So last week we had them come up in the Cannes, and now this week they're actually coming out.
Yes. Well, we also were like doubling up episodes last week because we recorded late one day. So yeah.
Okay. 1977, original Star Wars movie, Episode 4, A New Hope, directed by George Lucas and starring Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, premieres.
I heard a guy, Kev, talking on this podcast the other day about what he considers one of the best ways to watch Star Wars. And I remember you were talking about, like, you know, the order.
Mm-hmm.
He said he watched it this way, and he recommends people try it out. He watched the 2 seasons of Andor, then watched Rogue One, then watched the original trilogy. And he said you get a whole new, like, perspective on Luke's journey, because he's this simple farm boy who really didn't know what the struggles were of the people on the street level. So it's like you get the darkness of Andor, and then you really see him as the New Hope, because he is such a youthful, hopeful character. And I was like, it's an interesting way to think about it, you know.
I can appreciate that. And yeah, I would definitely, if an adult wanted to bypass the animated features, I think that's probably the great way to go. But the animated features add depth. If I was doing it with if I'm doing it with my son, introducing him to it, I may start with the animated stuff first.
I think Andor might be a little bit above him at this point.
Yeah.
It might be like a later in life one.
So you guys started with Rebels first.
Yeah.
How did democracy die, Daddy?
With great applause, son. With great applause.
And a UFC fight on the White House lawn. Sorry.
Next one, sir.
Oh, man. 1979 horror film Alien, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Sigourney Weaver, is released.
Yes. A movie we've talked about extensively.
Yes. Here's another
as
movie.
well as the next one.
Yeah. This is Leo's favorite of the original trilogy.
I don't mind Jedi. I love it.
You love the little teddy bears.
I do.
1983 Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, directed by George Lucas and starring Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, is released.
I love looking at, like, the list of people who either were offered or auditioned for the role of Han Solo, and it was like Christopher Walken, Kurt Russell. I mean, there was Kurt Russell would have fit. I think he would have been a good Han Solo, but, like, Christopher Walken's a weird one. Al Pacino is another one. Imagine Al Pacino.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, I love Bobcat.
I got Al Pacino.
I love you.
The cats around the message from part 6.
I love you. I know.
I know. Me too.
No. Al Pacino's never tell me the odds.
Yeah. Princess Leia, she has a great ass. Get your way up it. Next one, sir. Man, I'm already, my voice is already hurting. That was not a good idea.
1994, The Flintstones live action movie based on the 1960s cartoon starring John Goodman as Fred, Rick Moranis as Barney, and Rosie O'Donnell as Betty, premieres.
Not to mention the final film appearance of Elizabeth Taylor. It's Fred's mother-in-law, or Elizabeth Taylor. drag her into it, and then she died. Anybody ever see the sequel to this? Viva Rock Vegas?
No.
It stars Stephen Baldwin as Barney.
Yeah.
And King Robert Baratheon from Game of Thrones as Fred.
Because didn't Rick Moranis retire shortly after this too?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Next one, sir.
1995, actor Christopher Reeves is paralyzed from the neck down after falling from his horse riding in a riding competition in Culpeper, Virginia.
Yeah, not one I can make jokes about. Was a dark day in Hollywood history, and I remember when it happened, thinking, "Man, not Superman. How could that happen?" Yeah, so terrible. How fitting! This is the last one tonight.
2005, DreamWorks releases the computer animated film Madagascar, which were number one, featuring the voices of Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, David Schwimmer, and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, we're number one because of the lemurs.
They're
all listening to the podcast.
They like to move it.
Move it.
Did I ever tell you the story about that song?
What's that?
We were, I think we were in the Orlando airport, and Adrian went to the bathroom before getting on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently she was next to this little girl in the stall, and she's sitting on the little girl sitting on the stall, just singing, "I like to move it."
It was Boo from Monsters Inc.
Kitty.
All right, we do have some beer news tonight, so let's play our beer news song.
Kevin's here, he's here for beer. He's got news, it's beer news with Kevin.
I hate the expression "kids will be kids," and what happens here is beyond that. It's dangerous. So, and it's a waste of beer. Two juveniles facing charges after tossed beer can shatters a George County deputy's windshield.
Two Utes.
Two juveniles are facing charges after a tossed beer can shattered the windshield of a deputy's patrol vehicle. George County Sheriff Mitchell Mixon said deputies responded to a call regarding a reckless driver in the area of Sally Park Road on Wednesday. While assessing the area, a responding deputy observed a car matching the description provided by the caller. As the deputies passed the vehicle, an object, later identified as a beer can, was reportedly thrown at the patrol vehicle. The can struck the deputy's vehicle and shattered the front windshield. Authorities promptly apprehended the individuals believed to be behind the damage. The two suspects were identified as minors, with their identities being withheld due to their ages. Prior to the reckless driver call, deputies had also received reports of a vehicle striking mailboxes in the area of nearby River Road. Investigators believe both incidents are related. Following further investigation, the driver of the vehicle was charged with driving under the influence, malicious mischief, minor in a possession of alcohol, littering, petite larceny, and no proof of insurance.
It's a little larceny.
It's a little
larceny.
Little larceny.
It's not like a husky larceny.
Nowhere in that article did it say if it was an empty or full beer can.
True. I'm thinking with the damage that it did, it was probably a full one. Which again,
from and how fast he was driving.
A crime against beer. The passenger juvenile was charged with minor in possession of alcohol. This type of reckless and dangerous behavior will not be tolerated, Mixon stated. Throwing objects at vehicles endangers our deputies and the public. We are committed to holding those responsible fully accountable. Additional charges are possible per law enforcement. So really, I'm guessing the parents of these two individuals should be looking at, charges in addition to the kids. But that's just me. That's my opinion. And that's all the beer news we have. So
that's what grinds my gears.
Yeah.
All righty. That's all the news we have for that tonight. I have a few little quick movie updates tonight.
Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates Leo.
All right. I actually just added these earlier today because I didn't have anything coming into the night. But the final trailer for Steven Spielberg's new film Disclosure Day was released this week. It comes out on June 12th. I was already pretty hyped about it because it's Spielberg returning to, alien invasion films and alien visitors and stuff like from earlier in his career.
Like he did with Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls.
Yeah. I put that right up there with E.T. and Close Encounters. But it looks pretty good, man. I'm already pretty hyped about it. It stars Emily Blunt, who I enjoy in films anyway. It has Colin Firth in it, who I think is a great actor. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yep.
And the trailer is pretty intriguing. You kind of don't really get too much of the story given away, but you get a little bit of a sense of what it's about. The right kind of trailer. Mandalorian and Grogu. I love how it auto-corrected to Mandolin. Mandalorian and Grogu came out this week to thunderous.
Well, I don't think they really, at least not on television, hyped it as much. It's like, it's here.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen ads for it everywhere, especially online.
Yeah, I see ads for it, but it's like, it's coming out. There's not a lot of what gonna happen. You see the Sigourney Weaver, and you see Lando, and you see the kid, and that's about it.
And you see the Jack Hutt. Swallow the Hutt. So the reason I bring it up, though, is because even though it's made some money this weekend, because it did come out on Memorial Day weekend, it is underperforming, having made less in its debut weekend than Solo did. Which is saying something, considering how much of a mess Solo was in production. And I didn't hear anything about this being a mess in production. But I also brought it up because I listened to 3 different podcasts this week that all reviewed it. And they all had 3 different reviews.
Oh, geez.
Like one podcast was like, it's for kids. If you go in there knowing it's for kids, you understand, that it's a different kind of experience. It's not really made for this group, blah, 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 whatever. Another one was like, you know what? It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it wasn't that bad. It's better than the Rise of Skywalker.
I ain't saying much.
Yeah, but I ain't saying much. But then the one I listened to today on my way home from work was like, "This is the end of Star Wars as we know it."
Oh, that's
I was like,
somebody.
And I was like, dude, Jesus Christ, get some therapy, man. It helps. Believe me. Like, it's not that dire a situation.
I did see something online, especially for Kevin, who would know that that jacked Jabba is actually Stinky from the cartoon.
Yeah,
little baby
Rhoda Hutt. Rhoda, I think his name, right? Rhoda or Rhoda the Hutt.
I don't know. They call him Stinky.
They call him Stinky, but I think it's Rhoda the Hutt. It's voiced by Jeremy Allen White from The Bear and what was that show with William H. Macy on HBO for a while? Shameless. Shameless. He was on Shameless. He's on The Bear. He was in the Bruce Springsteen movie came out earlier this year. He voices the Swallow the Hutt. And then the last one I have here are 2 Netflix things. One is I saw a trailer today for a movie coming out in late June on Netflix that looked really good, considering it's a Netflix film. It stars Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Gerard Butler, and John Malkovich. And it's called In the Hand of Dante. And it's about a guy who's obsessed with Dante's Inferno, the poem, and then finds out that the original handwritten manuscript might still exist. And he's hired by this like shady guy played by John Malkovich, big surprise, to try to track down this manuscript. And then along the way, he starts to figure out that he might be the reincarnation of Dante Alighieri. And it looked really, really interesting. And I'm like, great cast, great actors, really like well shot according to the trailer. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to that one. I can't wait to see that. On the same day, Netflix announced that they were in pre-production on Adam Sandler's Grown Ups 3.
His friends needed a paycheck.
Yeah, his friends needed another vacation that they used a film as an excuse for. And I was like, I saw this amazing trailer for this like art house looking film on Netflix, and then you get Grown Ups 3 on the same day. I like the first Grown Ups. I actually thought it was kind of funny. The second one was totally unnecessary. I imagine the third one is not going to be any better. So, Mike, any must-try crafts tonight for us?
I do. Rogue ales and spirits, Shakespeare stout.
You have me at Shakespeare.
Yes. More recently labeled Shakespeare Oatmeal Stout is one of the classic American craft stouts. First brewed in 1988 in Ashland, Oregon. It was inspired by the nearby Oregon Shakespeare Festival and became one of the Rogue's signature beers. The beer is an oatmeal stout known for balancing rich roast malt flavors with a surprisingly assertive hop bitterness. It pours nearly black with a creamy tan head and delivers flavors of dark chocolate, espresso, and roasted coffee, toasted oats, light caramel, and cocoa. A dry and bitter finish from Cascade hops. Most versions sit around 5.8 to 6.1 ABV with roughly 60 to 69 IBUs, making it more bitter and robust than many sweeter oatmeal stouts. What made Shakespeare Stout stand out in the 1990s craft beer boom was its boldness, while many oatmeal stouts leaned soft and creamy. The Rogue pushed a more aggressive American interpretation with stronger roast and hop character. It earned major acclaim, including top score at the 1994 World Beer Championships and recognition as one of the best stouts in the world by several beer publications.
I feel like I've heard of Rogue's Ale before. I don't know. I just looked it up on Untapped, and I don't think I've ever had it, but I feel like I've heard of it before. Maybe you might have talked about it before or something. I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, I found it. I found the exchange I was telling you guys about on YouTube earlier. I thought this was a little fun thing to read. So everybody listening out there, I have a little side project I do, a little web series called Leo Runs from Cryptids, which are AI-produced videos of me running away from mythological creatures.
Wait, that's not really you?
No, it's not really me.
I have a question.
Oh, man.
Your
Oh,
sister
yeah, but
actually think you went to Mars still?
her friend is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did a video recently where I was running from a creature called a Toil, which is like a little goblin creature who steals my wallet.
Okay.
And this is the comment I got on YouTube for it. AI trash, which is the common comment I get from most people. And I wrote back to him, I know, right? Humanity finally unlocked artificial intelligence and immediately used it to make a middle-aged man yell at imaginary creatures. This is what progress looks like. And he messaged me back, no, this is what trash looks like because it's AI trash. And then I messaged him back with, you were absent the day they taught sarcasm, huh? I assure you, the imaginary goblin theft footage was not intended as documentary. And I have not heard back from him since.
God bless.
I love it.
It's like, oh, it's sarcasm.
I should start posting those videos on Reddit and see what the fuck happens. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our main segment. Tonight, we are recasting movies that we wish we could watch again for the first time. We'll be right back. Thank you for hanging with us. And a quick little break. Tonight's main segment, we talked last week about movies we wish we could see again for the first time, and we decided to take some of those films and recast them tonight for a modern audience. We thought that would be kind of fun because we haven't done a recast in a while, so this would be interesting. So each of us chose a movie. We don't know what movie we chose from our lists. And in Mike's case, he chose one film and did a human cast and a Muppet cast. I chose two films and did a human cast for one, a Muppet cast for the other. And Kevin was the only one who followed the rules from last week. So how about we do...
You see, I am good at following the rules. I am.
Yes, you are. I'm the one who never follows the rules, and I'm the one who makes them. I was like, let's pick a movie. And then I'm like, I can't decide. I'm going to do two. So, Mike, why don't we do your first... one of your recasts now. We'll do let's do your human one first, and then I'll do one of mine, and then we'll go to Kev, and then we'll go back to you. So we'll kind of work our way around.
All right. So I did Raiders. I did Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders. I'm interested in this now.
So I'm going to start off at Indy.
So you're doing the human cast first, right?
Human cast first.
All right. I'm curious of who your indie is.
I am picking Chris Pine for Indiana.
So you know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Charismatic, funny when he needs to be. He can be believable as an archaeologist.
I'm thinking like if you take his performance in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, it kind of fits.
You take his Indiana Jones, his Dungeons and Dragons, and mix it with his Kirk.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got it.
Yeah.
He's already been recast as one legendary character, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, that's a good one. I really like that one, Chris Pine. I thought at first you might have said like Chris Pratt, because I know he often gets like the comparison, but I don't like him in that role.
No, and that's where my mind went first too. I was like, Chris Pratt, really? The guy from Parks and Rec? And I was like, oh wait, no, he said Pine.
The Chris Pine one, I really like the Chris Pine one. So who are you doing next then?
I'm doing Marion Raven.
Marion, I'm really curious about this one because Karen Allen is a fucking legend.
Yep. So I'm going to get her with a modern legend of Emily Blunt.
I will take that.
Yes, that works.
It works.
I'm trying to think if they had any previous like exposure or projects together that they would have worked together. Like just off the top of my head, and nothing's coming to mind.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that's popping out right away. So that would be a cool. I love Emily Blunt, so I'm good with that.
I'm going with Dr. Renee Belloc, who was originally played by Paul Freeman, and I'm picking Mads Mikkelsen.
That is inspired casting. I was thinking Christoph Waltz for that too. But Mads is good because Mads is he's from Norway, I want to say, and Balak was like supposed to be like French or something, but he had an English accent. So at least Mads Mikkelsen has an accent a little closer.
And Mads has already been in an Indiana Jones movie.
That's right. Yeah, wasn't he in the Alien one?
He was in the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah. Mads Mikkelsen's in everything.
Yeah, he is. He's
funny.
He's a Bond villain.
Yeah. You know what's funny is like in America, he does a lot of like popular films. So he does the Indiana Jones film. He does Doctor Strange. He does the Bond films. So he's in these like popular franchise films. And then in his native country, he does like some of the most spectacular like art house films.
Like so he does the American films to pay the bills because it's trash, but it makes money. And then he does money.
And then in his country, he does these like amazing movies that are like beautifully acted, and like he's like the most popular actor in his own country. So it's like, yeah, it's funny. All right, next one, Mike.
I went with Sala next with his John Ray
Davies. Yeah.
I went with Ahmed Dajili. DJALILI. He's more of a comedian. He's funny, larger than life type of comedian. So kind of fits the role. He was
Lanciani? Who is he? Son?
Ahmed. Yeah.
Ahmed,
yeah.
Okay.
The only real role that I knew him from was he was in Gladiator for the small part. You may just need to look him up on IMDb.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. That's
one of the ones I had. Chat help me.
Ahmed. I'm gonna look it up while you do the next one.
Next, I went with Major Taunt, which is the creepy guy, which was Ronald Lacey. I'm going with Christoph Waltz.
Okay. Yeah, that felt like Waltz had to be in there somewhere, Yeah. He kind of fits the era.
Yeah.
He gets his face melted off, right? Am I correct in assuming he gets his face melted off?
Yes. Yeah. He's the one that got the
with the scar on his hand.
He had the really cool hanger.
Yes,
yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes. Where it looks like he's about to like whip the shit out of her, and he turns it into a fucking hanger.
I want a hanger like that just so I can take it places,
Yeah, that's so funny. I think him and Mads could actually be kind of flipped into roles too, and they work either way.
Yeah,
I think they work for both characters.
Yeah, I thought that too.
but I do think they're good in the way you have them. So
Next, I went with Marcus Brody, who was Denholm Elliott prior. I went with Hugh Bonneville.
okay,
He's from Downington Abbey or something like that.
yeah, I kind of know who he is a little bit. Oh, I found this guy, Ahmed Dajali. He's he was in The Mummy as well.
Was that the guy that was playing the one that was?
He was the warden in The Mummy. He's
Okay,
a slave trader and gladiator. Like, I know this guy's face. He's like a very popular like character
actor.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what John Rhys Davies is, but a little bit more. John Rhys Davies was a little bit more famous, but it works. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Then I went with Dietrich, Colonel Dietrich, which was Wolf Kaller prior. I went with Daniel Bruhl.
Daniel Bruhl.
Yeah.
Another good German actor.
Yeah.
Daniel Bruhl would be good in the Belloc role as well, I think. You got a lot of actors who are like really good in villain roles who could just be like spun around in any of those roles and they work.
Yeah, but I think he also plays a more of an intelligent, straight to the point guy. I mean, you could really get Christoph Waltz could have done that too. My last casting was Stapio, the Alfred Molina character.
Oh, the guy that's like his assistant at the beginning. It was Alfred Molina's first role too.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is more my cameo pick for this movie. I went with Pedro Pascal.
He's in everything anyway. Why not?
Kill him off in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, he did 5 minutes of work for the Grogu movie because it's just his voice. I mean,
yeah, but after seeing what he did with Game of Thrones, this would be a good character for him. As a cameo.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
Well, he didn't say that part.
Yeah, I think that's pretty strong casting.
I actually went with chat for a director for this movie.
Okay, that's interesting.
And chat thought that James Mangold would be a good director for this movie.
James Mangold did the Dial of Destiny, so he's in the Indiana Jones universe in a way. So
right. He said he does strong. He's strong with practical action and old school adventure pacing.
He's done a few adventure movies.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. Then should I do my human cast first or my Muppet cast? You guys choose.
Do human.
Do the human. See the Muppets for the end. The Muppets are more fun anyway. So for my human casting, I decided to recast Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
It was between this and another one, but I was like, I'm going to go with Reservoir Dogs for my human cast. And I had a little fun with this one because I got to really stretch it here. I didn't do my usual thing. Like I didn't pick the usual actors I always pick. I didn't try to fit in the actors I always try to fit in. I didn't even really worry about diversity casting like I try to do sometimes with mine. I just kind of picked the actors that I thought would play the role well. So the main character, Mr. White, who was played by Harvey Keitel in the original film, I went with Oscar Isaac.
Okay.
Somebody who he's kind of been pigeonholed a little bit with like the Star Wars and Moon Knight and like the X-Men films and all these big budget movies he's been in. But he actually is a really good actor. If you see things like Ex Machina or Inside Llewellyn Davis or some like his early films, like he's a really, really good actor. And he's in that movie I was talking about earlier that's coming out later this month called In the Hand of Dante. I like him a lot. I think he's a good actor, and I think it'd be an interesting to see him in that main character role. Mr. Orange, who was played by Tim Roth in the original film, I went with Austin Butler. They're in the same age range. And he kind of has that Tim Roth energy to me a little bit. Plus, he spends most of the movie laying on the floor in a bloody pool anyway. So, all right, this was my favorite one. Mr. Blonde, played by Michael Madsen in the original film, the psychotic, shoot first, ask questions afterwards guy.
Take an ear if you'd like.
Yeah, cuts the cop's ear off. So Mike Madsen in the original film, I went with John Bernthal, the Punisher himself. I figure he can play a psycho. That's a real psycho character. For Mr. Brown, who was played by Quentin Tarantino himself in the original film, director, as well as playing a small role. I needed somebody with that same sort of manic energy who can tell really odd stories like a virgin story he tells at the beginning of the film. So I went with good old McLovin, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. I really, he has a little bit of Quentin energy, and he's the same age Quentin would have been at the time of filming this too. So, Mr. Pink, played by Steve Buscemi in the original film. I wanted somebody else who has sort of like that like rat face kind of look a little bit, and we've already talked about him because he plays Swallow the Hutt in the Grogu film. So I went with Jeremy Allen White for my Mr. Pink.
All right.
Yeah. This was when I really like Joe Cabot, who is the leader of the group, the mob boss in the film, played by legendary 40s actor Lawrence Tierney. I decided to recast Harvey Keitel in that role. So bring back somebody from the original film, but make him the older boss character this time around.
That works.
Yes. And then the last one I got is Nice Guy Eddie, who was played by Chris Penn in the original film. He was Joe Cabot's son. He was like the big guy in like the tracksuit who was always like yelling at everybody. And I went with Jonah Hill. Same built, same kind of energy.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, you're smiling. You got something you want to say, or?
Yes, I'm forgetting that I kept my microphone off. Many of these were in This Is the End, right?
Just Jonah Hill and Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Okay.
We're in this in the end. Harvey Keitel was in the original Reservoir Dogs. The rest of them are all, actors that I kind of pulled out because I thought they just, I would like to see them in roles like this. John Bernthal as Mr. Blonde's my favorite one. Like I would love to see that.
Yeah.
All right. So Kev, that brings it to you now. What film did you choose, sir?
Oh, guys. Oh, my wife just delivered this to me. I'm going to let you guess as to what my film might be.
Okay.
It's got 7-Up in it and Seagram 7.
Seagram, so it's a 7 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what your list was from last week.
I'm doing the movie 7.
Oh, there's 7 there. All right. 7 and 7 is De Niro's drinking Goodfellas, and I was like, nobody had Goodfellas on their list. Although that is a movie I would love to see again for the first time.
Yes.
But 7, that's a cool one, man. That's really interesting.
Oh, you guys are going to love it because it's also incredibly short.
Yeah,
it's like 4 actors, 5 if you really push it,
I didn't do Lord of the Rings, so we could be here all night.
So I'm going to start with Somerset.
Mm-hmm.
And for Somerset, I chose Mahershala Ali.
Yeah,
from Green
good
Book
comparison because that was Morgan Freeman's character.
Yeah. From Green Book and the way he was just composed and Moonlight, right?
2-time Oscar winner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought he would play a good one. And then when you had mentioned Austin Butler in yours, I smiled because he is my Mills.
Yeah. He's got that cocky, young energy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's married to Tracy, played by Carey Mulligan from, excuse me.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's The Great Gatsby. She's in the new season of Beef. She's in, what was that one?
Promising Young Woman was the other film.
Promising Young Woman. That was a great movie too.
A really good movie.
Yeah. So
I like that one. She's a good comparison because it was Gwyneth Paltrow in the original film. So it's kind of like she's kind of like a modern day Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
The one that both of you are probably waiting for, playing John Doe, is Jamie Campbell Bower.
Ooh,
isn't that good?
Yeah,
I like that one a lot. As John Doe. Yeah. Yeah, because you need somebody who's creepy, but intelligent and like and even mannered.
Yeah.
Like, the only time I was thinking about this, the only time Kevin Spacey cracks in that film is when he finds out that Mills didn't know that his wife was pregnant.
Mhm.
And then he's like, he gets glee out of it. And he's like, he didn't know. And it's like the only time he cracks in the film. So like, I would like to see that because that actor can do that sort of thing.
Yeah, but he can also be, not noticed. He can play off the everyman. So yeah.
I want to watch.
essentially
I
the
want to
list.
fucking watch Seven now and think about these actors while watching.
I do have two others because Mike had mentioned directors, and I was thinking I love David Fincher and he could do this again for all I care. But if I was going to pick a second director or another director, I think Robert Eggers.
Ooh, yeah, The Lighthouse.
Lighthouse, The Witch. And
I was thinking Zach Kreger, who did Weapons, as well, would probably be a really good one.
Mm-hmm. And the character or the actor who was Lust, the one that had the deadly strap on to him, I would put that as Jim Parsons.
Oh my God, that's so weird. That'd be so weird to have Sheldon talk about fucking somebody to death with a giant knife. The only other actor I was thinking of was Arlie Ermey as the captain.
Oh yeah,
that would be a cool one. But that's like a small role, and you can always get like some sort of like older like character actor. And there, I would get the actor who played Krieger in The Office.
Okay.
I was trying to think. Oh, Fincher's directing. So Brad Pitt is doing a spin-off to Once Upon a Time in America, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. His character that he won the Oscar for, Cliff Booth, is getting a spin-off called The Adventures of Cliff Booth. And it's not directed by Tarantino. It's being directed by David Fincher.
Huh.
And I'm like, this is all kinds of interesting. Like, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm kind of intrigued. Because it's Brad Pitt and Fincher back together again. And
Robert Eggers is doing a werewolf movie, which
would
be amazing.
It should be pretty good. Yeah, I like Robert Eggers a lot. Let's, for the fun of it, let's try to do a Muppet recast of Seven real quick, like off the top of our heads here. Like we'll all contribute.
Well, does that mean like Piggy's head's in the box?
Yes, Piggy. I mean, Piggy's automatically the Gwyneth Paltrow character.
Oh, it can always be Janet.
No, it's Piggy.
I think Rolf the dog would have to be Somerset.
That's a good one. I was trying to think. That was the one I was like struggling with because I mean, Mills is obviously going to probably be Kermit, or you make Kermit like the captain, like the Arlie Ermey character, and you have like Gonzo as Mills because he's like goofy and stupid and all that.
Or Scooter.
Scooter's a good Mills too. I like the Ralph the dog one, the Somerset. That's a good one. That'd be fucking bizarre to see the Muppets do Seven.
And who's the one with the explosions? What's the Muppet who does all the dynamite stuff?
It's New Zealand.
He's John Doe.
No. If you want a John Doe who's the everyman, you won't see it coming. It has to be Scooter.
Yeah, Scooter is John Doe. It's really funny. That's really funny.
That's a good
or
one.
Robin.
All right.
Or no, Walter, the one from the Muppet movie.
Walter.
No, funny man.
Bean Bunny.
Yeah, it's somebody unassuming. No, but I like the Ralph the dog as Somerset one. That's the one. Like, who the fuck would be Somerset? Like that's a weird one. But Ralph the dog's like the closest they got to a black actor in the Muppets.
When you look at the Muppet movie, the 1978 version, or the 1978 Muppet movie, he's counseling Kermit. After Piggy steps out, and gets kidnapped. So I was like, yeah, that kind of fits,
Who would be the Lust guy?
That would be a human actor. It would be the Lust guy.
Jim Parsons.
Jim Parsons. He already was in a Muppet movie. He played Walter's human component. Am I a man or am I a Muppet? So, Mike, we're back to you to do your Muppet indie recast.
All right. So I'm going to start with my one human actor in this one first. And it's going to be Colonel Dietrich with Daniel Bruhl still, because I think he can play it still serious with all the Muppets around him.
He's got to play it like Michael Caine did in the Christmas Carol.
Play it straight. Yeah.
Play it like it's Shakespeare.
I think he can do it too.
Mm,
So of course, Indy's going to be Kermit.
of course.
Marion's going to be Piggy.
Of course.
Sala,
Fozzie.
Fozzie Bear.
Yep.
Belloc is Gonzo.
That's funny.
Brody is Scooter.
That's a good one.
Major Tot. This one is a little weird though, but it kind of fits.
Deadly.
I went with Sam Eagle because he's so serious in the movies.
It's just weird because that's Sam Eagle's playing a Nazi.
True, but
I was thinking like Deadly just because he's already like the villain character.
yeah, Deadly could work there too. And
I think the
guy that betrays Indy at the beginning is
Pepe.
Pepe the Prawn. Yeah,
That's the only one I had in my head before you even started saying anything was that the first guy's got to be Pepe. Albert Molina character. Give me the idol.
Throw me the idol, okay?
Throw me the idol. Oh man, that was pretty good. That's pretty funny. All right, so my last movie is also a Muppet cast, but instead of doing Reservoir Dogs, I picked a completely different movie because this one I really wanted to do a Muppet cast for. So I did a Muppet cast for The Usual Suspects.
Oh God.
Keaton, the Gabriel Byrne character, the main character, is of course Kermit.
Yes.
You know, he's got to be the main character. The Verbal Kint / Kaiser Soze character, played by Kevin Spacey, is Scooter. Again, somebody unassuming. I would love to see like Scooter walking with a limp, and then at the end of the movie starts walking straight. This is the one that I was so excited about. I'm like, this is fucking genius casting if we're gonna do a Muppets Usual Suspects. Fenster, the Benicio del Toro character that's always mumbling and nobody can understand what he says. The Swedish Chef.
The Swedish Chef.
Give me the fucking game, you fucking got the good bug.
In English, please.
In English, what the bug? Perfect. Hockney, who's played by Kevin Pollak in the original film, which is a very like sarcastic character. That's my Pepe.
Oh yeah.
McManus, who is the Stephen Baldwin character, who's like kind of unhinged and a little psychotic. So that's Gonzo. Edie, played by Susie Amos in the film. That's Keaton's girlfriend, is obviously Miss Piggy.
Right.
Kobayashi, played by Pete Postlethwaite in the film, who is Kaiser Soze's right-hand man, is Uncle Deadly. David Kuyan, who is the detective that's interrogating Verbal throughout the film, played by Chaz Palminteri. That's Sam Eagle.
Oh.
Got to have him in the law position.
Okay.
And then the last one is a minor character, Jeff Rabin, who's played by Dan Hedaya, who is Chaz Palminteri's like partner in the film. I put Fozzie in that because I just had to have Fozzie in the film.
Yeah, Fozzie in it. Yeah.
He's the one like at the end. They're looking at the desk. And he's like, "Your desk is such a mess," and he's like, "You have to step back and take a look at it. There's a bigger picture at hand here." So that was my kid, but I love my Swedish Chef as Fenster is like fucking genius. I thought
Perfect.
So happy with that one. Mike, do you have any beer trivia for us this evening?
I do. Higher intoxication rates. Mixing alcohol with diet sodas result in a higher breath alcohol concentration than mixing with full sugar equivalents, because the body does not recognize aspartame as sugar. It processes the beverage faster, allowing the alcohol to absorb more quickly.
Whew, note to self. Taking diets right next time I have my gin, and next time I have my gin and prescription strength muscle relax. And we have a cinema quote of the week as well.
Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. Judy Garland.
Yes, she said that after doing blackface in how are our drinks I know I'm feeling great because I did gin and muscle relaxers, so I'm feeling pretty good. Bombay Sapphire and Mobic.
Actually, for as high as a proof this is, And being a rye, it's actually pretty smooth.
I was gonna say I didn't hear you like coughing or saying anything about it throughout the night, so I figured you must have been enjoying it. Which one was that one called, Mike?
It's called. It does have a little burn to it, but it's Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye Barrel Strength.
I like that the name Hard Truth. It's a cool name
Yeah.
for a whiskey. And Kev, of course, the Sam Adams Summer Pack.
Sam Adams Summer, the blueberry lager, right?
The 7 and 7
Was very good. And special shout out to my wife. Thank you for delivery. I don't get alcohol delivered too often, but she came through with my 7 and 7 for 7.
I was so our field day was supposed to be last week, and it got postponed because of the rain, and we were off on Friday. I have to actually go in tomorrow, so this is kind of sucks. All right. So thank you for joining us tonight for episode 240, recasting films we wish we could see again for the first time. We hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Remember, you can email us at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all of our social media podcast links. Watch us on YouTube, on Rumble, or on the PodNation Media Network, exclusively on Roku. You can text us at 904-867-4466. And I'd appreciate it if you go out there and check out my little web series Leo Runs from Cryptids on TikTok and YouTube. It's a lot of fun and very enjoyable. Don't forget to stop by the Crossroads and pick up the next time around for episode 241. We had done way back when the entire career of John Williams. And since we had just talked about Star Wars a lot in recent episodes, we decided that next week we're going to do a special John Williams episode where we are each going to give our rankings of the top 5 John Williams scores. It should be fun. Should be a lot of like arguments at that episode, so it should be pretty interesting. So thank you for joining us again tonight, especially our friends and fans over there in Madagascar. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
This has been the Films and Fermentation podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.